Don't worry. All right, rolling. Okay, so what kind of animals did you visit at the petting zoo?
The tigers, the
Tigers.
lemurs. Yes.
Oh, wow. And you pet tigers?
No, I just feed them.
Oh, you fed them. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Lemurs.
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 Lemurs. Good.
Yes.
Favorite.
Giraffes.
Giraffes. Uh-huh.
What else? Camels.
Camels. Wow. This is an exotic petting zoo. Where is this?
Yes, it was so big in the state.
In the state of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, what else? Like rabbits,
Rabbits.
dogs. I like it was one like one place where you can enter and feed the las llamas.
Llamas. This is a funny word in English because it's spelled the same. Ella, o sea, it starts with LL, but we pronounce it llama.
Really?
Yeah, so es la misma palabra, but you say llama.
Okay, the llamas. That was my favorite place because I can feed them with my hand.
I could
and
feed them
okay,
with
I
my
could.
hand.
Yes.
Good.
And the cabras.
The goats.
Yes.
Goats are funny. They're very friendly.
And that's it.
Very cool. That's really fun. And did your sister go too?
Yes.
Okay.
All the family.
The whole family.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so today what we're going to look at are some more verbs that require complementation. So we started over the last couple of weeks looking at adjectives, and today we're going to look at verbs that require the prepositions of and from. So we'll get a lot of practice with those so that they can be a little bit more accessible in your memory, right? Okay, this verb is followed by of, not from, or this verb is followed by from and not to, right? So that you can have these in your back pocket whenever you need them. I wanted to ask you if you had time to look at the homework.
Yes.
Okay. I can share my screen and you'll tell me what answers you found. Okay. How did it go? Was it easy?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, good. So you had to fill in the blanks with approve or approve of. What's the difference between approve and approve of?
Approve is when you just approve something, but approve of is when you approve in about based on your opinion.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Number 1. And what made him think Dad wouldn't blank Justin?
Approve of.
Very good. A hint with these is always the person, right? We typically in English, it would sound very strange to say that you approve a person. That kind of combination sounds strange. But so it's always a hint. Whenever you're talking about a person, we typically say approve of, our opinion of them. All right, number 2.
Ask the boss to approve.
Good.
Before you're ready to the day of the conversion.
And if we had to add an object to approve, what would it be?
An object to approve.
Like if we wanted to say aprobarlo.
Ask the boss to approve it.
Very good. Number 3.
And the person must then approve of you before.
Very good. Actually, this one's tricky. This one's really tricky. This one is referring to, for example, Facebook or some kind of social media. when we're talking about a friend request, we're not talking so much about the person como en sí. We're not talking about the person themselves, but we're talking about their request. So here we're going to stick with approve. Usually we say,
Okay.
I'm going to approve a friend request or a follow request on Instagram or on Twitter or any other platform. You have to approve a person in estos casos, right? Because they're very specific to social media. So this one's the tricky one in this list, but I understand why you said you, because it is a person, right? But here,
Yes.
since it's talking about a technology, it's talking about a button that we have to press. It's approve or deny a friend request. Okay, number 4.
Approve.
Very good. Number 5. I really don't blank this.
I really don't approve of.
Very good. Number 6.
Tom certainly didn't approve of the way.
Very good. Number 7.
My grandpa didn't approve of wasting time.
Good. Then number 8.
And only black clothes are approved.
Good. Excellent. Any questions with these?
No.
Super, Mario. Awesome. Okay. Last week, we also looked at some practice with future perfect. So I wanted to start class just doing a review of these so that you don't have any questions. So for each of these, we're going to pick the future perfect simple versus the future perfect continuous, right? So if I say, at 2 p.m., I will have eaten a paella. Or if I, at 3 p.m., will have been working for 5 hours, right? So that's the difference between I will have eaten by 2 p.m. or I will have been working. This is our continuous option. So first, they're separated. So you're going to go with the first example, the have been eaten, or will have eaten, will have worked, will have lived. We're going to start with that group and look at continuous afterwards. So number 1, by 9 o'clock, we finish our homework.
We will be finished.
We will
Be finished our homework.
Will. Se puede be finished?
No. We will finished our home.
Tampoco.
Sí, cierto. We will have finished our homework.
Okay. Number 2.
By the end of the hour, they will have left the classroom by the end of the hour.
Very good.
We will have gone home by next week.
Number 4.
She will she will has returned.
Have returned
from the excursion by 6 o'clock.
Okay. The new house by October. Here we have a question. Might be a little tricky.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. You're going to start with
will he have booked
Very good.
the new house by October? The sun won't have
Very good, Maru.
risen by 4 o'clock.
Risen, Nessie. Risen.
Risen.
Rise when you're talking about present tense, or rise when you're saying something is rising, but risen in the participle. And last one.
Will you have done the shopping by 3 o'clock?
Excellent. Okay. So next section, let's practice quickly continuous. So like I gave you the example previously, by 3 o'clock, I will have been working 5 hours. Will have been working. So we have an extra chunk here, which is the estar haciendo, de habré estado haciendo tal cosa. ¿No? So number 1.
Entonces, by the end of the month, I will have been living in this town for 10 years.
Very good. Remember what's special about live and work. Whenever we make sentences with live and work in the future perfect, we can leave it in perfect simple or continuous, and the meaning is more or less the same, right? By the end of the month, I will have lived in this town for 10 years. I will have been living in this town for 10 years. There's not much difference in meaning. The audience understands more or less the same period of time. Same thing with number 2.
By the end of this work, we will have been working on the project for a month.
Very good.
By July the 5th day, we will have been studying English for 3 years.
Number 4.
By 10 o'clock, she will have been watching TV for 4 hours.
Number 5.
She will, no, yes. She will have been sleeping for 10 hours by 11 o'clock. We will have been looking for him for 40 days by next Saturday. And they will have been waiting.
Excellent. No problems there? Pretty easy?
Yes.
Okay. What's special with the continuous tense when we're talking about dative verbs? For example, be or have, right? I have a telephone. Could I say something like I will have been having a telephone?
No.
No. We have to be careful with future continuous and generally all types of continuous, past, present, and future, when we're talking about verbs of state, right? We need to make sure that when we're using future perfect continuous, the verb that we're talking about is dynamic. Okay. All right, 6 more examples, and here you have to choose. Is it going to be simple or continuous?
Okay. By 2021, we invented for 10 years. We okay, we will have been living in Madrid for 20 years.
Okay. Pay attention. Here's a hint to our prepositions. By the end of the year.
A book by the end of the year. He will have written.
Very good. By the end of the year, because we have a final date. right? He will have written a book by the end of the year. So simple makes a little bit more sense. Here we also have by next week. And finish is sometimes a dynamic verb, but in this case, we have a fixed date. We have a deadline. So how are we going to make this question?
Will you have finished?
Very good. If we had to say, will you have been finishing this novel? We can't be finishing a book. We are finishing it or we are not.
This book by the end of this week. He will have been reading this book for, I don't know. No, yes, I know.
It works.
This because
this book for 15 days.
it has by, so I can also use perfect simple.
So a lot of these depend on the context of your sentence. So since read is still an open-ended kind of verb, we can be a little bit more flexible with this sentence. We could put this both ways. We could say he will have read this book for 15 days by the end of this week, or he will have been reading this book for 15 days by the end of this week, right? Because reading can be ongoing in that time period. Whereas in number 2 and number 3, you either wrote the book in the by a certain time, or you finished a book by a certain time.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have a stated verb. How is this going to work?
A ver. They will have been married for 5 years by the end of this week.
This is challenging. Okay, very good. Because we're talking about a stative adjective, married, right? We can't be being married in the future. We are married in the future or not. All right, last one.
Will she will she have been pregnant?
Very good. Very good. These are the 2 most challenging in this list. So here we have a couple of examples of the stative rule, right? When we're talking about a future perfect scenario, it's difficult to have been being something or some way, right? Here we have 2 adjectives, married and pregnant. Those are a little bit difficult to be continuously being in a perfect sense. It's incorrect. Any questions with these? You did a great job.
Thank you.
It feels good? Feels like solid?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on, we're going to look at a few word transformations to start. Actually, let me stop sharing quick. And the goal of these types of word transformations is to take sentences and rewrite them so that you use more colloquial configuration. So in all of these, we have a new word that we need to incorporate in our rewrite of the sentence, right? So we want to communicate the same idea in the second sentence, but using the word in caps in some way. So it's very vague, but this is a similar activity to the type of activities we've been working on that require more advanced vocabulary so that you can detect more colloquial ways of saying things and false friends, right? Things that work in Spanish but don't work so well in English. So your task here, we're going to just do the first 6 and then we're going to practice these. Some of these are probably easier for you and there may be some more difficult ones. So if you want to skip any and move to other ones, let me know and we can go back. So let's start with number 1. Why don't you read it out loud? And
okay, if he doesn't get that job, who knows what he will do? And
so
then
we need to use knowing in some way. So if we want to say the same thing, communicate the same idea, how might we use the word knowing?
if he doesn't get that job, what he will do? Who knows? I don't know. Can you give me a clue?
Let's skip this one. This one's the most difficult one.
Okay.
Let's take a look at number 2.
Okay, it's possible that the burglars got into the building by forcing open a fire exit. Gain. Okay, it's possible. The burglars may gain. May.
Remember, we were just working with perfect tense, so maybe not in future perfect, but past perfect.
May had gained. No. Yes.
May have
gained.
Gained what?
May have gained into the building.
Here we need a noun. What have they gained? It might help you here to think of how you might say this in Spanish.
I'm searching for that kind of. Okay. Sería como los ladrones may have gained 5%. O sea, pudieron haber escapado.
¿Escapado o entrado?
Entrado. Entrado a través de forcing open a fire exit. A través de. Bueno, abriendo una puerta de emergencia.
Ajá.
Algo así. Pero the burglars may have gained. Hubieran entrado by forcing a fire exit. May have gained. O sea, hubieran entrado.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
What have they gained? It has to be un sustantivo.
To the building.
What to the building? Permission, entrance, access.
Access.
Very good. The burglars may have gained access to the building by forcing open a fire exit. Okay, that's another hard one. Let's take a look at number 3.
Okay. Many people believe that Edison has the ability to become world judo champion. Many people believe that Edison, the world champion judo, believe that Edison is. Many people believe that Edison Okay. Has many people believe that Edison is capable
Very
to
good.
become the word
Of becoming. We looked at this briefly last week. Capable of, right? We saw those
artist.
picture of the birds and we said that man is capable of feeding the birds or capable of. Good. Number 4, he thinks his friends do not appreciate him. How might we use the word granted here?
I think his friends he dislikes by his friends. Granted is como otorgado.
Puede ser otorgado, or we might put the preposition for in front. And what does this mean now? For granted, if something is for granted.
Como aceptado.
Aceptado. You might think of this in Spanish. A very near synonym would be por dado.
Okay. Un por sentado. So he dislikes being being for granted by his friends.
Taken. So here our verb is taken for granted. Good. What does this mean? That someone doesn't appreciate you. Okay. What might this one be?
I ask you if you mind looking after my dog while I'm on holiday? I'm wondering. No. Because I have been wondering.
Close. The simple switch here is I was wondering. I was wondering is a little bit more common than saying I am wondering. A lot of my students get confused with saying I'm wondering if you could do this, and for one reason or another, English speakers typically put this in the past continuous. I was wondering, even if it's something that we are wondering today. We would say I was wondering. For example, I usually ask you, Marto, I was wondering if you had time for your homework this weekend. Me estaba preguntando. I was wondering if. So we typically put this in the past continuous. There are some exceptions where you'll see it in the present, but good. Okay, this one's easy. Number 6.
Repairing that old computer is pointless in my view. I can't that old computer being repaired. Is pointless? A ver. Pointless. Inútil. Okay. I can see the point.
Very good. We looked at this last week.
Yes.
And here we're going to use in. I can't see the point in that old computer being repaired. Good. All right. Let's go back to number 1. With this one, I'm going to help you because this one is totally new to us. If he doesn't get that job, there's no knowing what he'll do. How do you understand that type of phrase?
There's no knowing. Pues como no se sabe.
No se sabe. Very good. Who knows is more like quién sabe. And there's no knowing is como que no se sabe qué va a hacer. Good. Very good. So I'm glad these are some new ones for you. So last week we looked a little bit at our adjectives plus of and for, but this week we're going to look at verbs that are followed by of and from. So let's start with a warm-up of some verbs and some adjectives. There's a mix here. And in the blank, I want you to use one of the prepositions that we've been working with. It could be of, it could be for, and there might be one with by. We looked at that a while ago.
Okay.
So starting with number one.
They accuse him for
No.
of
It's okay. We're going to look at this one today. They accused him of being careless and irresponsible. Number two.
The headmaster's speech will be followed by.
Very good. Okay, so here's our wild card. By. What about this one? I sometimes feel that my children take me
For.
Very good. And what does this mean?
Como a veces siento que mis hijos me toman por sentado.
Very good. What about this one? Here we have an adjective. They put him in charge.
In charge of.
Very good.
Took no notice. The little voice took no notice of.
Very good. Of. Excellent. So, like we just learned, we have a few phrases that we're going to practice with wild photos from a couple weeks back. The world in photos, right? So these are from all over the world. And we're going to practice using some of these expressions. There's no knowing. Maybe you could use gain access in one of these. Maybe. Take for granted. Be wondering. See the point in. Oh, this one we didn't get to. Take that one out. So based on the photo, you can make up a sentence as you wish, based on either what's happening in the photo, what this photo makes you wonder, trying to use one of these expressions. Okay?
Okay.
So here we have a flying horse.
What? There's no knowing. There's no knowing. There's no knowing. I don't know what does the horse is doing.
There's no knowing what the horse is doing. Another way we could say this is there's no knowing why the horse is in the sky.
Yes.
We have two birds.
I don't know. No. My sister was wondering if they was wondering. Okay, my sister was wondering if she could touch that bird.
These birds, or those birds. Must be.
I had those birds.
That's those birds. Good. Was your sister scared by anything at the petting zoo?
No.
No, she
No,
was
it
totally
was
comfortable.
surprise. Yes,
It was surprising to her.
yes.
Okay. Here you might have trouble seeing. We have two puppies and a soldier.
Um, okay, the puppy. No. The soldier. Um, okay, the soldier gained access to
There
to the puppies.
you go. To the puppies. He gained access to the
When
puppies, or maybe
when he los rescató.
when he rescued them. Okay. Something here that we might change is typically we gain access to a place, not to things. Mhm. It's a good question to bring up here. So what kind of place might we say? The soldier gained access to the puppy's headquarters when he rescued them. Right? Maybe this is the puppy headquarters and the soldier gained access, right? Or we could put it the other way and say the puppies gained access to here it's a little bit more figurative language. We could say the puppies gained access to the soldier's heart.
Oh, okay.
Good. Okay. Here we have some snow. What might you be wondering?
Mm. Este. Okay. I. Uh, I wait. I wish. I wish. No. Bueno, no, sí. I wish someday. I wish someday Mexico City. I want to say like que nevara ahí.
Mm,
Ay, give me a second.
yeah.
I'm going to help my sister to enter to her class.
Okay.
Give me a second,
Take
please.
your time. Take your time.
ready. Sorry.
Ready. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Okay. Here, Maru, you might say the same thing by saying, I wonder when Mexico City will have snow. Or I wonder if it will snow.
I wonder if it will.
So like I said, most of the time when we're asking a favor of someone or we're confirming information, we typically say, I was wondering, right? It's a way of making our speech a little bit less direct, right? Instead of saying, could you help me with this? We might say, I was wondering if you could help me with this. It makes it a little bit longer, less direct, nicer. But in this kind of situation, when estás preguntándote, te preguntas algo, we would say, I wonder in the present simple, right? When we're wondering if something might happen or why, right? So if we say, I wonder why my package hasn't arrived, right? That's when we might say, I wonder why this has happened or this hasn't happened. The same thing with this situation. I wonder when Mexico City will have snow. Mhm. Do you think Mexico City will have snow?
No,
No.
never.
It would be really amazing if it did. Have you seen snow?
Yes.
Where did you see snow?
I went to a park,
Uh-huh.
to a
National
park,
park?
and it was I don't remember very well, but yeah, like yes, so something like that. And it was a zone in that park where it was snow and you can deslizarte.
You can sled. Como
Ajá,
en,
con
en
un trineo.
tobogán.
No, como en un trineo. Entonces,
In a
you
sled.
okay, in a slide.
Sled. Be careful.
Sled.
Slide is como la.
Resbaladilla.
Exactly. A sled. Sled. That's what you're asking about.
Okay, in the sled.
Very cool. Okay, let's jump ahead so we can move on to some more expressions that are linked specifically with of and for. So the rest of the class, we're going to look at verbs followed by of and for. We probably won't get time to go all over all of these, but we'll do the rest of these on Friday. So some more expressions. These are typically fixed expressions, right? They have a fixed meaning and they follow this structure. You don't move any pieces around. So some of these might be new to you. Take a look. Let me know if you know any of these. And if not, I can help you fill in the rest.
You need to be on the or pickpockets in this area. And what I have to put in the blank?
You're going to fill in the word that fills in these blanks. Here you're not using a preposition since we already have them. So here you're doing kind of the detective work to figure out which word makes these expressions complete. They might be new to you.
Okay, you need to be on the pickpockets.
What's a pickpocket?
I don't know, I'm going to search it.
Okay.
Pickpockets. Carteristas. You need to be on the for pickpockets in this area. Carteristas? What is okay. 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 You need to be on the I don't know.
Skip this one?
Yes. Quick action on the of the ambulance crew saved the little girl's life. quick action on the...
This one is similar to in Spanish when you say por parte de.
Por parte de quick action on the part.
On the part of the ambulance crew. What does that mean? Por parte de la ambulancia.
On the part of the... Okay.
So it's like their quick action. ¿Quién hizo la acción? Los de la ambulancia. On the part of ellos. Number 3, I'm so sorry I'm late. I completely lost blank of time. Maybe this one's easier.
I completely lost... I'm sorry I'm late. I completely lost... I completely lost the... No. I completely lost... Lost... No, tick? No.
Nope.
Talk. I completely lost... Talk of time. No. Track of time.
You've heard this one before.
No.
No? This one's new? Good.
Yes.
I lost track of time. What do you think this means?
¿Cómo se me fue el tiempo?
Se me fue. Exactly. Okay, and this one up here is going to be lookout. You need to be on the lookout. Esto es muy parecido a las vivas. Okay, a couple more. Here we have from. Expressions linked with from. So same thing. You're going to look for the word that would make this expression complete. She was covered in mud from blank to toe.
She was covered in mud from... okay, from head to toe.
Very good. Number 2, si queremos decir que Bob los hizo casero, what would we say in English? From?
Caseros. A ver. From... From...
This one might be new.
Copies from... A ver, the other letter.
Okay. This one might be new to you.
From... Switch? No, I don't know.
Close. Scratch. A common expression como desde cero, right? Casero. Okay, what if I wanted to say they return home from blank to time? De vez en cuando.
Time to time?
Very good.
No, okay.
So we have head to toe, from scratch, from time to time. These are just a few. There are definitely some more, but these are very common expressions that are linked with of, for, and from. So a lot of vocab. We've looked at a lot of vocab in the last couple weeks, linking expressions with for, of, and from, adjectives like capable of, and we're starting to see a couple of other expressions that are linked with other prepositions, right? There's no knowing. This can be followed by a variety. Here we gain access to, we take for granted. Be wondering can be followed by a variety. See the point in, right? So we're going to start to see some more expressions that have very fixed prepositions and also some that are more flexible. So what we're going to look at on Friday, we'll wrap up here, but on Friday we're going to review verbs that are commonly followed by for, followed by of, and verbs followed by from. So there will probably be a lot of new vocab for us to review on Friday, but you've done a great job today. And I wanted to ask you quick if you had any questions.
No.
No? Pretty easy?
No, but
Okay.
but I don't have that one questions.
I don't have any questions. Okay, good. Don't worry, we'll do a review of these on Friday, of these expressions, these fixed expressions that we've learned, and we'll do an exercise practicing some of these verbs. Okay?
Okay.
No homework during the week. Do you have any quizzes this week? Any tests?
No.
Okay.
No.
No? Awesome. What a relief.
Yes.
Okay. Great, Marta. Well, great job today. Great. Thanks for your hard work, and I'll see you on Friday.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a relaxing week. Bye.
Bye.